Hello and welcome again at Stocks Advisor channel. Today in our episode we will talk about Square Incorporated traded at New York Stock Exchange, ticker name SQ. Well, SQ is actually observing last four trading sessions a recovery of the downwards movement that started after the previous wave reached its maximum at about 15th of September here, and then we see that the price was correcting itself all the way until we reached the beginning of November, actually, this support line that was clearly visible here, and then after volatiling on it a couple of days, the recovery started now, and we reached at the current today we ended making this small dark hammer-like candle, or almost doji, but without upper shadow, exactly at moving average 20. And by the way, we have here three moving averages depicted as curves on this daily chart. It's moving average 20, 50, and 200, being green, blue, and red lines correspondingly. Here on the left side, you see their legends. So coming back to the analysis, we see that last three trading sessions we are recovering, and now we sit at moving average 20 here. So the question is, what's next, especially given the fact that tomorrow is the last trading session of the week, and all uncertainties with elections in US also bring some volatility to the stock market. So the question is, shall we recover further or shall we stop? If you look at this action today, you can see that this stop is not accidental. We actually stopped exactly in the vicinity of this volatility point, or just before reaching it, and you can see these levels. They were actually showing that their volatility point two times confirmed. First, it was the beginning of October when the upwards wave was doing kind of slight stepping here. And again, it was reconfirmed somewhere 20th of October when the downwards wave again did delay here, also using moving average 20 here as additional support. So let's call this line V1. And with this, you see that it's kind of a formation of temporarily stop. And since it's a small candle, well, it's still a question where it's going to go. But what is most important for us, it's how moving averages are acting here, and they will decide actually the further future of the stock. And if you look at this, you can clearly see that moving average 200 is still, this red line is still going nicely upwards, positively upwards, almost straightly upwards, well, with its moving average being linearly growing already 2 months. And then moving average 50, which is the blue line, is actually kind of decelerating, so moving like this, but it's still positive, although its second derivative already negative, so it's kind of decelerating. And the moving average 20 is doing very nice move. So first it went up, decelerating, then down, and now it's kind of recovery. So this last waving that you can see here might mean that we are still having some power to recover. But these types of movements for moving average 20 in combination with moving average 50 and 200 usually means that we will have a secondary correction, and then we will have a further move up. And by the way, for this stock, we see here two nice examples of this secondary correction. First took place in July. You can clearly see here the price went down, semi-recovery, correction, and then real recovery further. Similarly, this happened at September, price down, recovery, secondary correction, and then again going up. Here we see the same, go down, recovery. So now it's time for secondary correction, and then only then we can speak of going any further higher. And also this is confirmed by the fact that MACD, after making a very nice wave up and then making negative wave down, here is recovering, but this recovery wave of MACD is not symmetrical towards its decline wave. This usually means that we can either have a shoulder here or a secondary negative wave, meaning that similarly, by the way, as we saw exactly on previous example I just showed, you see similar situation he actually was taking place in September. And this would mean that secondary recovery is behind the corner. And taking this into account, that would be actually the buying strategy for this stock. And having said that, actually everything below moving average 20 50, sorry, and this current support line, the green one, let's call it S1, would be the first entry point for the stock. And should the price, just in case if it will go further down, of course, we have here another support line on these levels, which we can use to average down. It's just below 140, so it's about 135. So this would be S2 line, and then of course just to draw it, although not necessarily we go those levels, there is another support line here, and there is one volatility level here. So should the price plunder further, we can actually take a second buy, second average down below S2 until almost the volatility level. In this case, it will be V2, and that's the buying strategy here. So once reconfirmation or second recovery, second correction and recovery is seen here, the price should go further. If some news will come and some negative catalyst will come, then the price, of course, can fade even further. But the second level should be, so S1, S2, V2 should be really due to some news. Otherwise, we will just start from somewhere from S1. And should this happen, okay, then we can also make a move up, but then S1 will work in this part of the chart as a resist line, and it would be advised to sell at S1 in this case. Sorry, but if we start recovery from the first circle, then we just reconfirm, and then it would be advised to sell at V1, because still the question would be, can we go even higher or not, which is a little bit waiting too long, and we usually like to take profit as early as possible, especially if it's above 10%, and just take it easily. Don't wait too much. Never try to be rich from one trade or from one stock. Otherwise, it's not really a technical trading. So with having said this, that's all for Square for today. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you didn't so before. Press the bell. This way you will not miss new videos and new interesting discussions for US-based stocks.